everyone, welcome back to Storytime with me. Since today is National Mermaid Day, to all of you Little Mermaid fans out there, today's story is going to be The Little Mermaid, which I'm pretty sure y'all know this, where we see Ariel and Flounder, and one day Ariel wishes to go up to the human world and see what's it like. So that's today's story is going to be The Little Mermaid. To all of your Little Mermaid fans out there, this story is for all of you. So without further ado, let's get on to it.
Once upon a time, a little mermaid named Ariel frolicked in the ocean. She loved to explore sunken ships and look for lost objects. She called to her friend Flounder, a yellow fish. "Come on, Flounder," Ariel said. "I'm sure this old boat has lots of human treasure aboard." "I'm not going in there. It's spooky," said Flounder. "Don't be such a guppy. Follow me," she told him. When Ariel swam inside the ship's cabin, she discovered a fork. "Oh my gosh!" she gasped. "Have you ever seen anything so wonderful?" Ariel swam to the water's surface and found her seagull friend. "Scuttle, do you know what this is?" she asked, handing him the fork. "Judging from my expert knowledge of humans," he began, "it's obviously a dingle hopper. Humans use these to straighten their hair." "Thanks, Scuttle," said Ariel. "It's perfect for my collection." And with that, Ariel dove excitedly back underwater. Soon, Ariel arrived in an undersea grotto where she kept her treasures from the human world. She hid her collection there because her father, King Triton, forbade mer people from having any contact with humans. That night, Ariel saw strange lights shimmering over the ocean. She and Flounder swam up to investigate. At the surface, they found Scuttle flying over a large sailing ship. "Some celebration, huh, sweetie?" "It's the birthday of the human they call Prince Eric," Scuttle explained. Forgetting her father's rule, Ariel peered in amazement at the young man on the deck. "I've never seen a human this close. He's very handsome," said Ariel. She watched as Eric's advisor, Grimsby, presented the prince with a birthday gift. Meanwhile, deep in the ocean, the wicked sea witch, Ursula, used her magic to spy on Ariel. Ursula was bitter because King Triton had banished her from his kingdom for her evil doing. My. The daughter of the great sea king Triton in love with a human," said Ursula. "This headstrong, lovesick girl may be the key to my revenge on Triton." On the surface, a sudden storm whipped across the ocean. The prince took charge. "Stand fast!" he ordered. "Secure the rigging!" Without warning, a huge bolt of lightning struck the vessel. Ariel watched in horror. "Eric's been knocked into the water! I've got to save him!" she cried. With the raging storm swirling around her, Ariel desperately searched for Eric. "Where is he?" Ariel called out. "If I don't find him soon..." Wait, there he is! She took hold of Eric and, using all her strength, managed to pull him to the surface. As the storm calmed down, Ariel dragged the unconscious prince to shore. "He's still breathing. He must be alive," she said. Just then, a crab named Sebastian scuttled across the sand. He was the Sea King's music director and advisor. "Ariel, get away from that human," he demanded. "Your father forbids contact with them, remember?" "But Sebastian, why can't I be part of his world?" Ariel asked. She then sang, about longing to be with Prince Eric forever. Back in the king's palace, Triton noticed Ariel floating about as if in a dream. Suspicious of his daughter's behavior, Triton summoned Sebastian. The crab told him the truth about the shipwreck and the prince. "Ariel is in love with a human?" Triton said. King Triton went straight to Ariel's grotto. "How many times have I told you to stay away from those fish-eating barbarians? Humans are dangerous," said King Triton. "But Daddy," Ariel pleaded, "I love Eric." King Triton would not listen. Raising his trident, the Sea King destroyed all of Ariel's human treasures. Then he stormed off, leaving the little mermaid in tears. As she wept, 2 eels slithered up to Ariel and startled her. "Don't be scared. We represent someone who can help you," they told her. The eels explained that they had been sent by Ursula, who could use her powers to solve Ariel's troubles. Ariel was so upset that she followed the eels to Ursula's den. The sea witch offered Ariel a deal. "I'll grant you 3 days as a human to win your prince. Before sunset on the 3rd day, you must get him to kiss you," said Ursula. "If you do, he's yours forever. But if you don't, you'll be mine." Ariel took a deep breath and nodded. The sea witch smiled deviously. "Oh, yes, I almost forgot. We haven't discussed payment," said Ursula. "I'm not asking much. All I want is your voice." Ariel agreed, and Ursula completed the spell. The evil witch captured Ariel's voice in a seashell locket and turned the mermaid into a human. With the help of Sebastian and Flounder, Ariel used her new legs to swim awkwardly to shore. She wrapped herself in an old sail. Then, she saw Prince Eric walking toward her with his dog Max. "Down, Max, down! I'm awfully sorry, miss," he said. Ariel opened her mouth to answer, forgetting that her voice was gone. Eric helped her to her feet. "Well, the least I can do is make amends for my dog's bad manners," he told her. "Come on, I'll take you to the palace and get you cleaned up." The following afternoon, Eric took Ariel for a rowboat ride across a lagoon. Sebastian knew that Ariel only had 1 more day to get the prince to kiss her, or she would become Ursula's prisoner forever. So he began conducting a sea creature chorus to set the mood. "Come on and kiss the girl," said the crab. "The music's working." As the prince leaned toward Ariel, the boat suddenly tipped, and both Ariel and Eric fell into the water. From her ocean lair, Ursula saw them tumble into the lagoon. "That was too close for comfort," said the sea witch. "I can't let Ariel get away that easily." She began concocting a magic potion that would transform her into a human. "Soon, Triton's daughter will be mine," she declared. The next morning, Scuttle flew into Ariel's room. The prince had announced his wedding. Ariel's heart skipped a beat at the thought that she had won Eric's love. But when she hurried downstairs, she saw him introducing Grimsby to a mysterious, dark-haired maiden. "Vanessa saved my life," Prince Eric explained. "We're going to be married on board ship at sunset." Ariel was heartbroken. Who was this girl that Eric had suddenly fallen in love with? A little while later, Ariel and her friends were watching the wedding ship leave the harbor. Suddenly, Scuttle crash-landed beside them. When I flew over the boat, I saw Vanessa's reflection in a mirror. "She's the sea witch in disguise," he said. Flounder helped Ariel swim out to the ship as fast as possible. They arrived just before sunset. Before Vanessa could say I do, Scuttle and an army of his friends attacked her. In the scuffle, the maiden's seashell necklace crashed to the deck, freeing Ariel's voice. Ariel smiled at the prince. "Oh, Eric," she began, "I wanted to tell you." "You're too late. The sun has set," Ursula said with an evil grin. As Ariel felt herself changing back into a mermaid, Ursula pulled her into the water. King Triton confronted the sea witch and made a deal with her to take his daughter's place as Ursula's slave. Instantly, he lost his powers and turned into a helpless sea creature. Ursula became queen of the ocean. Just then, Prince Eric threw a harpoon at the sea witch to try to stop her, but it simply grazed her arm. Ursula snatched up the king's powerful trident. "You little fool!" she yelled. All of a sudden, Ursula turned into an enormous monster and stirred the waters into a deadly whirlpool. Several old sunken ships rose to the surface. The prince struggled aboard one of them and plunged the sharp prow through the sea witch, destroying her. The mighty force sent Eric flying into the ocean, but he managed to swim to shore before collapsing in exhaustion. King Triton was transformed back into a merman and regained his powers. Moments later, as the unconscious prince lay on the beach, Ariel perched on a rock and gazed at him. King Triton and Sebastian watched from afar. "She really does love him, doesn't she, Sebastian?" said King Triton, smiling. The Sea King wanted his daughter to be happy, so he waved his trident, and Ariel was once again human. The next day, she and Prince Eric were married aboard a wedding ship. As they kissed, the humans and merpeople sent up a joyful cheer. Ariel and Eric sailed off into the sunset, knowing that they would live happily ever after.
Yep, so it's not what's up here, guys. Think about, you may never know what you may, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. That's the thing I always gotta think about. Don't give up on your dreams. So I hope you enjoyed today's story. Bye, everyone.